Yo, Josiah Jenkins, welcome. All right, we have a cast here. Now, the first attempt of recording this didn't go too well. We crashed in Feudal Age. We crashed in Feudal Age. We lost everything. So I'm just gonna start the recording again. We're gonna turbo through here. We had a bit of a moment, okay, because we had some questionable resource building from our players. We had a mill here done by the Berbers Burgers, which really kind of broke my brain for a few seconds when I first saw this. And then we get off the mill and leave the goat. Maybe we have to have a halal goat. Maybe the goat has to drain the blood or something. Wait. The goat's not ready. Okay, we have to prepare it. And on the other side, we have a lumber camp, which is in the middle of, I would like to say somewhere, but it's really not. I think it's closer to Berbers TC than it is to Rodeo Jones TC. And that happened because of the very unlucky scouting from Rodeo Jones. I'll just reveal this as we catch up. Very, very unfortunate. There it is. As I click through a little too quickly, we see we're a tile or two off, just finding the entire wood line that we wanted to see for Rodeo Jones. So, kind of unfortunate there. We're going to go through a little bit faster because we have seen this before. Fog mode. And we're going to see a lumber camp down here for Berbers Burgers. He's going to lumber camp Simpsonville's there later. And I was explaining as we crashed the difference between Forest Fire and the original map Haboob. The only difference that I've seen, other than these cool little fires, which I clicked on to crash everything, was the outside rim. So on Haboob, you have unbuildable terrain. I believe all of this this desert terrain you're seeing on the main game, this is unbuildable. But on Forest Fire, which is the New Zealand tournament version, you have buildable terrain. Now what this means is that you can wall up, you can do a small wall around your wood line where it'd be impossible to if you were playing on the original Haboob. So your wood lines are safer. Your wood lines are significantly safer. We also see a bait coming in here. Get ready for this. This is pretty sick. They call him Fast Fingers Rodeo Jones. He's quick on the trigger. And he sends 4 more villagers for a total of 8 on that lumber camp. And we're now getting up to the speed. We're going to see Bulgarian men-at-arms. Now there is no choice. You're going up to Feudal Age, so these Bulgarian militia will become men-at-arms the second that he is up. One of the best men-at-arms in the game. They can't say that for much else, but if there's anything Bulgarians are good at, it's a good men-at-arms, that's for sure. You could even go for number 4, because you don't have to pay for men-at-arms. Yep. So, these men-at-arms, they are coming in a minute late, but they will be in. And I'm just going to check the Ville's HP, because I feel like, nope, neither of these players have a handicap. That's important to check. This is a handicap tournament, so sometimes these rounds will have a handicap on them, but not this time. As Berbers, dude, this is not good. I don't think you can repair with 1 Ville against this many men-at-arms. You have 3 men-at-arms and a scout. I think that's enough to defeat the palisade. Maybe not. Nope, we're good. Never mind, I get fact-checked. This is fake news. It looks like you can actually repair with 1 Ville. Usually the problem I have when I'm in the Ville's position is I can't click the palisade, but that depends on a few things, including the other buildings and things to click around. Sometimes it's very, very hard, almost impossible, to actually select the building to repair it. This could be bad. This could be bad. All you need to do is walk into this little gap. So there's a little gap right here. If you... Oh, no. Oh, Rodeo Jones pulled away. If you kept that men-at-arm there and selected all your men-at-arms to start attacking these villages, there's no escape. You have 2 choices at this point. You either delete your mill, you lose the 100 wood, and you run all your villages, or you'd lose 2 villages right there and then because you get trapped. And now, okay, it's going to continue to get worse for Berbers. This is looking so good for Rodeo Jones. We're seeing a really, really, I wouldn't say clean, but a strong, aggressive attack by Rodeo. We've got men-at-arms, but followed up very well by archers. Very quick archer follow-up here. 13 minutes, 14 minutes, you've already got 2 archers in their base, and we're going to see some... Oh, no. Is this going to be 3 dead villagers? We've got a very, very peaceful wood line. Shockingly peaceful over here. It's quite serene, if you ask me. But we're going to see... No, wait. We're going to see Berber fight for his berries to the last man. Oh, no. Oh, there's no running. There's no running. You are locked in your prison. You're going to die here. There goes Ville number 3 for Rodeo Jones. Absolutely dominating the feudal age. And oh, what if they find this? Oh, he finds it. Oh, does he find it? This is crazy disruption. Berber's probably going to go for another sneaky lumber camp. He knows that this one's been caught. But, oh no. Oh no. The cage. The cage. You have 3 men, 1 woman, trapped in a room. What happens? They all die to archers. That's what happens. The slaughter is here. And I don't see a way out for these vills. They could make a tower. I think that's the only possible way. Maybe they rush a tower up, but no. Oh no. We've got 7 eco KD. I think it's going to go up to... Yeah, so 7. You've got 1, so 4 now. This is... Okay. Skirmishes save the day. Skirmishes save the day. It's possible. 1 archer can stay here. All they need to do is get defended by men-at-arms. If they're men-at-arms, maybe they stay on the hill, or they stay in the general vicinity. Got men-at-arms prowling your local area. 1 archer is all you need to kill these villagers. And he's kind of on it, but he's shooting a building right now. Okay. Want to kill with the men-at-arms. Archer's too slow, he says. Oh, and there's archers here too. No way. 2 more villas. Okay, so Rodeo Jones was not focused the way we were looking. Rodeo Jones was focused on getting more pickoffs in the top side here. Oh, wow. Another men-at-arm. More archers. The skirms are going to do work, but not before they kill 2 villagers. That is sick. That's very nice. This is really, really close here. Skirms kill archers so quickly, but not quickly enough. Another vill goes down. As we see, probably... Yeah, this has got to be it now. Okay. I think that Berbers Burgers is toast. He's going to be a toast burger now. Other wood line getting... Yeah, thank you. Luckily, we have Capture H Pro. We can go back to it. We have houses going down. Not a wall off yet, but could be a wall off soon. 1 house, 1 palisade. And we haven't really scouted this yet, have we? Maybe like a palisade this whole way. Might be the way to go here. Last time we saw this map, we saw both players wall off the middle area, and there was kind of a no man's land with the relic in the middle. That was interesting. Oh, the tower here too. Okay, okay. So Rodeo Jones will have to go for the wood in the back. He gets pushed off the front, but loses 0 economy. Okay, so he recognizes the tower, sees the tower, pulls his vills, and stays safe, stays alive. Not a single vill goes down. And now this tower is actually kind of nasty. This tower creates a trap where if you ungarrison in the wrong spot, you could actually just lose your archer to a tower here. So Berbers Burgers give himself a small chance back in the game. If any crossbow happens to get trapped here, that could be a problem. But for the most part, it's not looking good for Berbers Burgers, is it? Bulgarians on these aggressive maps, yeah, it's amazing. They're getting such good value out of these men-at-arms. More men-at-arms that are coming out. Armor for the men-at-arms. We're going to see long swords, dude. Long swords are going to come in for free for the Burgundians. And this is crazy good here. If you micro back with his archer, you could even get another kill. Imagine. Imagine if Rodeo Jones pulls it off with his quick trick of fingers. Okay. Okay. Gets beaten down in the end. Alright. We've got Rodeo Jones coming around the top side now. Having to push away Berbers Burgers. Berbers Burgers is desperate for some kind of counterattack. Still 0 eco KD, so it's really, really not looking for the Berbers Burgers. Maybe going to tap out once we see Castle Age, because Berbers is not in Castle Age themselves. They have Bengalis, so in theory they'd have more villages, but not in this game. Oh man, this is a brutal Castle Age. Surely we tap out here. I think now you've got longswords. It's going to just clean up the rest of your units. Maybe you get squires. Yeah, there we go. Fury. Oh, dude, this is our second. This is our second cast today as well. So we had the first one with Park Tim versus who was it? The Doctor. We'll just call him the Doctor. And that was a really exciting set. Well, maybe not the most exciting set, but there's some interesting things happening for sure. And we're going again. No, this is like we should probably call today Low Elo Legends, because now we've got Rodeo Jones versus Berbers Burgers. I would call both of these players Low Elo Legends, members of the community who are signing up to the tournament. Very cool. Rodeo Jones. Now this will be the last set I do before I grab some lunch, but I might continue casting. I feel like, guys, today we might do 1v1s, okay? We might do 1v1s, no promises. I'm gonna do these casts and have my lunch first, though. I think that's the game plan. That's my build order for today. Let's go game 2. Do we have game 2? Pretty sure it's this one. Let's just use Age of Empires to guarantee. Oh, never mind. The glitch is happening. Alright, we're going to Mount Taranaki. Put in 1 for the Rodeo Jones. Rodeo Jones is on point today. Seeming very strong. Now, I believe this happened 3 days ago. And we see the land nomad start of Mount Taranaki. I think I might try Huns next time I play this. Koreans, very, very good civs to start with this, because you get the Vil scouting, seeing these boars. Now, I might get some PTSD during this cast. I'm just warning you guys beforehand, because I was very upset. I would say I was quite tilted when I played this map. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So, this map you're supposed to have, all right, 1 boar in each of the cubes around the middle of this map. So say you split up 2 lines this way, 2 lines this way. You split up into 9 squares total, alright? Then you just ignore the square in the middle, because this is the hill square. This is where you have your stone and your gold, and this is the only stone and only gold in the whole map. And that gets very important very quickly. Very snowballing map. It's kind of like Gold Rush, but with stone as well. So it's even more Gold Rushy. You have to control the middle or you die. Kind of situation. But also, you have these boars, okay? The boars spawn very specifically. Look at this. We have 8 boars. So you know how I was talking about splitting up those squares? Now you have 1 boar for each of those squares that we just imagined. And what happened to me is I was in dead center of one of the squares. But it turned out that there were no boars in my general square. There was one like right at the border, but say in a map like this, it was kind of like here. It was where you would expect it to be in this square. Like, I think I just got very unlucky with the spawns. Let's have a look at this, the boar spawns, because I believe I got very, very far behind in my own personal game on this map, just because I didn't have a boar. I could not find my boar. It was hiding behind the wood line. I didn't get very good scouting in. I only scouted with 1 sheep, so I did not find a single boar in this map. We see boars in for both players, though. So both of these players so far having a better Dark Age than I did when I played this map, that's for sure. I was playing it with, I had 3 sheep under the TC and 1 scouting sheep, and then I had to make do with the deer, because that's all I could see on the map. These players, though, have a much, much better chance. This boar is closer. This Berbers TC, for example, they are closer to 2 boars than I was to my starting boar when I played this map. So you can get really lucky or really unlucky. It looks like Berbers is really lucky here, and if he sees this boar, if he manages to take this boar, then he's going to be in a really, really good spot this game. And he sees it! Oh, this is big. This is big. So, much, much better than my situation. You've got 2 boars under that TC. That's just beautiful. And you've got 2 boars. Okay. Okay. These guys are putting me to shame. I have no words. Apparently, I'm just bad at Land Nomad. Both of these players finding 2 boars, no problem. Maybe both of them are lucky. Maybe I got unlucky. But no issues are cited. Both of these players having amazing starts. Top tier starts, I would say. Two balls about as good as you can hope for on a map like this, where the balls spawn very sporadically. Like, so far, all the other spawns I've seen, we've had the balls kind of out in the open. My ball was like tucked away in the corner behind a wood line and not where you'd expect it either. Anyway, maybe that was just super unlucky because so far these players are doing a very fine job. We've got 1 mil that will eventually go up for Rodeo Jones. And the deer are getting milled for Berbers. He's going to want some venison burgers. Maybe I'll call them venison burgers. He's taking the pig at home as well. So, getting the hamburgers and taking those deer just with 3 villages, that's probably a good amount. But we're seeing Rodeo Jones, he's had a lot of, well, not a lot of idle TC time, but his TC got down significantly later. Now, Wade will be able to catch up in Vills, so it's not too bad. But you can tell that his TC was up a fair bit later because he's like a Vill and a half behind. He's nearly 2 Vills behind Berbers Burgers. So that's not so good for Rodeo Jones. He's going to be really far behind in Res Collected, I believe. Yep, Res Collected not looking good. Looking like he's 100. Okay, no, just dropped off. He's okay. Maybe only 50 to 100 res difference. Yeah, about that, I'd say. Maybe only 50. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. This definitely could be worse for Rodeo Jones. Now, how are these players going to get up? It looks like Rodeo Jones has it in queue already. Or maybe not. No. Maybe not. Maybe these players are going to FC. Neither of these players are looking to queue up too soon. But all the balls have been taken. There's no fast food anymore. We're back onto slow food. We're back onto make it at home food. We're back onto the mutton. We're getting back onto the deer with long ranging some deer, so that's kind of slow. But you will get a big boost eventually. Yep, bringing them in. We're going to try click up. Here we go. Good timing. We're force dropping these. They could have carried more food. We could have stayed on this for longer, but we want to click up quick, is what we're telling us from hamburgers over here. Oh, but he doesn't. He has more than enough food, but he clicks another Vill instead. I wonder what the thinking was behind that. There was 500 in the bank, but instead we just want to get that one last Vill clicked in before we go up. Okay. Maybe I didn't see that right. Maybe it was already on the way before the drop off, but it seemed like a last minute Vill just got made for burgers here. Rodeo Jones, on the other hand, only just looking up to click up himself. He's going to have more villages, and he's idling his TC for it. Oh no. Idling TC, idling... Oh, wait, Loom? What? Hello? No idle TC? Idle TC. It says he's making Vills. Okay, no, he's making Vills. I thought it had no Vills there for a second. Or 0, or whatever it was. But no, he's fine, he's fine. False alarm. And Rodeo Jones, maybe he's clicked up? Yeah, he's clicked up now. Okay. 24 Vills clicking up though. Potential to FC here. I think he has potential to FC here. Huh. Berbers Burgers on his way up. He's going to be reaching there first. What does he want? He wants a stable. Okay. 2 Vills putting that stable down. Pretty good. And Berbers is in a good spot. He's not getting any eco upgrades yet. He's getting Town Watch very early. Very early. Now this Town Watch could be alright. There's some houses here. I'm not sure what these houses are doing. Maybe this is from the start of the game. One of the starting Vills. Wanted to get some houses down. Make sure you're not housed. But there's also some forward houses over here. What's this Vill doing? I wonder what this Vill's up to. Maybe a sneaky tower. What kind of vision do we have for Berbers? Is he looking... Oh, he's looking for his opponent. Berbers has no idea where he is. We're going to make scouts. We're going to find out pretty soon. These scouts have to be exploring. I think maybe you just put your first scout on auto scout or something. You got to start scouting the map. You got to assume that your opponent's not in the middle. Because if they're not in the middle, they don't get balls. You got to be scouting around the outside of the map. So Bo's gonna get released now. He's gonna start looking around. He immediately finds his opponent. That is so lucky for the Berbers burgers. Alright. Well played for him. He's gonna see a marker and a range go up here. And yeah, it's a fast castle. Look at this. We see the market, and Berbers might be realizing this because there's no units coming out for Rodeo. Only a market and a range. So no blacksmith either. So no techs are going to come in on the way up. Don't have to worry about fletching. So we could have very weak cavalry archers, for example. Could be possible. Now, Rodeo Jones was very careful. Rodeo Jones pulled the vills immediately. They weren't having any of this nonsense. Rodeo Jones was like, oh, you've got feudal age units. See ya. I'm out of here. Gonna be careful, not having any army of them for themselves so far. Gonna be walling up this backside. Gonna be going for the blacksmith for themselves. Finally, what could they be doing? It's not archers. I thought it might be archers, but it's got to be the way unique unit. It looks like the way unique cavalry. We're going really all in on this gold, aren't we? Oh no. Okay, it's really nice that we did get to put a TC on the outside gold. These outside golds are very few and far in between. There's not many of them. Berbers has one as well. Berbers also has one in the very back here, which could be useful later. Oh boy, okay, this gold's not going to last long. We're going to chew through this gold quicker than I'm going to chew through my bacon egg muffin once I get off the stream. Or this cast, I should say. And surely we're making units now. You gotta be dropping off the wood, dropping off that gold. What are we making? There they are. Okay, they're getting queued up. Not too worried about the feudal age army anymore. As soon as we get some units coming out, might want to click fletching as well. Oh, there's a hole. But fletching could be nice. How about 2 vills and fletching, Rodeo? Come on, Rodeo, I believe in you. Gets the vill pick. Really nice micro from Berbers. Berbers with the pick. He says, you see villages, I see hamburgers. Takes that villager out, the first eco KD of the game. And Wu, crucially, lose one of their villages that they might be getting a bonus for. But only double bit is in. We're seeing the all-in Wu with no eco upgrades, only double bit. If Wu just researched horse collar right now, there's a free vill. If Wu research double bit right now, next one, bowsaw, then they get another vill. If they get wheelbarrow, which could be useful when they're walking around a land nomad map quite a lot. Could be useful going out to the next. Oh, that's a big gold. Wheelbarrow could give you another free vill. Wheelbarrow is super useful. So there's all kinds of techs you can get, and every single one's going to give you a villager. You can even get the more useless ones in this situation, like the gold upgrade and the stone upgrade, but you definitely want horse collar first. Horse collar before any of the rest of these. Woof. Woof. Get taken out, this Rodeo Jones. Losing one of those initial CA, kind of rough here. Might want to go to stand ground. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, usually it's the skirmishers killing the spears. The skirmishers have bonus damage against spears, I believe. But not today. We'll be cornered. Cornered on the very edge of the map. Skirmisher has nowhere to run. Alright, alright. So, we have a charge attack. Okay, we can see the charge attack here. But usually you can see it by selecting all the units. I think in-game might be better than capture age in this situation. Because in-game you can actually see all the units recharging. I think you can even see your opponent's units recharging if you do this. But in capture age we can only see it individually. So I'll click on this one, I'll click on this one. We can see that because they've all been shooting, they've all been using their charge attacks, so none of them are charged up right now. And Berbers never sees these sheep either. Now, this is what I'm saying. Rodeo Jones is in such good shape, okay? The problem is, we're not making much out of our Castle Age. So far, we haven't got a single Eco KD. A bit of harassment's nice. Don't get me wrong. Everyone loves a bit of harassment. There we go. We're taking some advantage. Now, we need to start booming with our Eco Res. Upgrades, that one. Once we get Horse Collar's in, very nice. Once we get Wheelbarrow, and once we get Double Bit, that's when the Eco really starts to kick off. Because then you're going to have more vills than your opponent and better upgrades. So it's going to be looking really, really good. And your opponent's in stuck in the Feudal Age. What are they going to do? They have no answers, no options to keep up with what you're doing. You're in the Castle Age already. All you have to do is stay here. You have a Knight now. The Huaigong, the new Knight regional unit. Unique unit, Cavalry Archer. It's going to be really... This Vill's going to die. Come on. This Vill's got to be dead. Vill maybe runs home, but that's got to die. Come on. One pick off for Rodeo Jones. Rodeo Jones now 2 Eco KD to 1, pulling that back. Looks like he's got another pick off somewhere here. If this Huaigong just moves a little bit to the right, he's going to find more food. More tasty burgers for him. This is not looking good for Burgers at all. Burgers is going to have to do something all in, I think. Burgers is going to have to do something very, very committed. And very aggressive, I would say, to be able to come back in this game. Oh, and the Knights are here. Knight gets taken out. Knight actually dies very, very quickly. I can't believe the Knight died so quick. That's just one tower. That's just one tower with fletching, but wow, it killed the Huaigong. Maybe they just don't take... How much... Okay, they got 3 PS armor. That's more than a Knight. A Knight has +2/+2 armor. Which means +2 against melee and +2 against PS armor. Huaigongs have more. They have less HP though. Bloodlines is not in. But I believe 72 is still less HP than a normal Knight. Let's see if more Eco Kitty comes in. Not yet. Not really. So close. We're so close. But oh man, we just keep shooting the wrong thing. Unfortunate. These cavalry archers get taken out by the camels. Camels is amazing. The fact that you're way against Saracens is actually rough. It's scary because you have camels.
Hello there.
Yo, thank you so much for the follow, Doctor. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the cast. Glad you're sticking around. Great to have a controller player on board. A fellow controller player. I haven't played controller in years, but it was very fun when I did. Might have to get... I've been thinking about it this year, actually. Getting back into it, because on controller player, you get to play against players who might not be able to keep up with you once you get the controls down. The controllers, they feel so different. You have to get used to them. But once you do, you can be at a really, really good advantage. Because if you're just a little bit faster, you get such a crazy advantage in the early game. Having a clean early game on controller, you can take out 99% of your opponents on the controller ranked ladder, where you only verse people that are on controller. But maybe things have changed. Maybe controller players are better nowadays. When I used to play, it was like the first 2 weeks of controller even existing. So maybe people have figured it out. Maybe controller's gotten easier to use since then. Who knows? We have... Okay, this is not it. We have TCs coming out for Berbers. So very passive play. Am I seeing this right? A blacksmith. This is the first blacksmith, yeah. First blacksmith coming down for Berbers. Gonna want to upgrade those camels eventually. No food for it right now. We got 16 on food, but no food in the bank. Gonna have to keep those TCs pumping. Rodeo Jones, the problem is that we've had TCs out for way longer. So Berbers has a problem. Rodeo Jones is gonna want to get... yeah, there we go. Upgrades are slowly coming in. We're gonna want wheelbarrow next, hopefully. Once you can afford that. Okay. A big fight potential. Big fight for Castle Age coming in. Because these mangonels are really exposed. All Berbers has to do is kind of run down here, take out these mangonels. And if we're out of position up here, Rodeo Jones, if we're getting distracted with skirmishes, then you could lose these mangonels, a very expensive forward investment. You've got a forward at Siege Workshop, which is not going to do much after this push. So you really want this to work. You've put in nearly 1,000 resources already just into this push. You want it to pay off. You're going to kill an archery range. Now that's okay, but it's just nowhere near what you invested. You just invested like 3 times in archery range. Probably 5 times in archery range price. So you want to be able to get that back, and taking out more buildings. Taking out positions like towers could be nice. This tower here is interesting. It's very, very defensive. Really doesn't actually defend the gold, as we saw earlier. And being pushed off this gold is rough for Berbers. They can't make camels without gold. Skirmishes could still do the trick. You've got skirmishes that are going to kill almost everything that Rodeo Angels is making. All you need is a counter to the siege. Once you have a counter to the siege, the skirmishes kill everything else. Just need some elite skirmisher. You need a few more upgrades. He's going for the upgrades with fletching here. That's good. He's going to want the +1 defense upgrade next. As well as elite skirmisher, of course. And here we go. This is where it gets a little scary because these mangonels, they're kind of hanging. He's kind of leaving them out here in the wilderness. But taking out these buildings, now this push is starting to get value. 2 mangonels taking out a range and taking out the stable. This is really good. This is really good. Okay, Rodeo Jones means business. And man, this unique unit here is just gonna clean up. You've got one Scorpion who is taking most of the damage from the Scorpions. I mean, from the skirmishes. And you do not want your skirmishes hitting a Scorpion. They've got no bonus damage against Scorpions. Scorpions have 7 PS armor. That's insane. I thought they had 6 PS armor. They have 7. So, it's going to be really hard to fight this army now. Siege plus CA. This is going to become an unkillable force. What is Saracens going to do about this? You've got less score. You've got to rebuild your production building somewhere else. You're trying to come back with the T-Seeds. You're trying to come back with economy. You've got to go for your own siege. This sounds like the most sensible plan in the situation. Like, siege of your own is what you have to do. You have to go your own siege. You have to go your own mangonels and scorpions. It's just what you have to do now. We are looking for a dangerous position on the TC. Berbers is going to have to do something about this quick. Because at the current rate, you've got enough units here protecting these mangonels. This mangonel is going to take out the TC. You have to rush this with cav from this angle. It's still possible. You can still snipe. Okay, well now you can definitely snipe this. Ballistics is in, so the Scorpions can still do a lot of damage. But if you run in here, even with 2 camels or 2 knights right now, you're going to lose both these mangonels, so got to be careful. How about villages? Oh no. Will the villagers kill the Scorpions? No way. Rodeo doesn't see it. He doesn't see it in time. He's just going to lose 2 mangonels. Lose 2 mangonels for what cost? 3 vills so far? Maybe 4. 5! 5 vills go down and the TC is so weak. Now, you've got another mangonel here. Oh no. That was bad. That was bad for Berbers. Losing 5 villages there, maybe not worth it. Maybe even worth letting a TC go down. Oh no. Okay. We're in dire straits for Berbers. We're in dire straits. What were we pulling back for here? Rodeo Jones went on a little journey. Went on a little road trip. Little road trip out to the middle of nowhere. Not sure why. Did he see something? Maybe he saw the houses. There was a row of houses from Berbers. Maybe he got a little scared. But this is a dead TC. And this is looking really, really rough for Berbers. These guys have no protection now. We're going to run in here with something. Yes, finally, we've got the camels coming in, but it's too late. It's too late for these camels to come in. Your cavalry archers are going to be able to take out these camels. Okay, there goes one mangonel. There goes the camel from Berbers. Oh, wow. That's so brutal. Finding the TC that's going up from Berbers. Oh no, skirmishers are going to be running around the map. They're never going to find their mark though. You're going to... Okay, well, yes they are. Never mind. What am I saying? Absolutely they find their mark because Rodeo Jones just runs right in. He runs right through. These units both have crazy bonus damage against cavalry archers. Skirmishers, amazing damage. Camels, amazing damage against the cavalry archers. But they're not phased. These cavalry archers, they run right through. Dude, Berbers has the res for a TC, but he's not placing it. Imagine one TC from Berbers right here. Do him a world of good. Keep all these vills safe. Oh, just passing though. Did Rodeo Jones see this? Oh, come on, Rodeo Jones. He's not going to even notice that was there. Alright. Now, Rodeo Jones, he's being very careful. He's pulling back all of his army. He's watching himself. He doesn't want to ruin anything because he's going up to the Imperial Age. As soon as we get up to the Imperial Age, we're in an even better spot. We're already way, okay? Look at the res, man. The res collected's going to be insane. The Vil difference is going to be insane. This is Rodeo's game to take home. I will be shocked if Berbers doesn't pull this off. And I think this is another game, another time when getting up to the next stage is just going to be the end of the road for Berbers. He's going to see his opponent click up, and he's going to look at his own res. He's got 35 food in the bank, folks. 35 food in the bank. You're not going to get up to Imperial Age with that, let me tell you. I don't care if you're Saracens. You have got 8 on gold. It's not going to happen. This, yeah. This is looking worse and worse for Berbers Burgers. As Rodeo Jones, he's not going to be too risky with the CA. He could be running around. He could be trying to snipe for some free villages, and I'm sure he could. But the only way he could possibly throw this game is if he throws all of his units. So what we're doing is we're guaranteeing the victory. Yes, this unit could be useful. Yes, you could be using your army. But if you're just macroing, and right now there's so many useful macros you can do. You can make a bunch of farms. You've got a bunch of wood. Look at how much food you have. So making sure you have the food count means you can spam out of your stables all day. Maybe get light cav, and man, it's such an advantage if you can just spam light cav at no cost. Once you have that crucial number of farms, you get up to like 50, 60 farms, or just enough res in the bank, you can just spam. Oh, we saw a hero unit. We saw a hero. The way hero got made for a second and then cancelled. Rodeo Jones thought better of it. Probably better to get 200 pop, I'd recommend, before getting the hero unit. It's usually more efficient to do it that way. But the skirms get deleted because you're against the Zembe Riders. And Zembe Riders, they do like an area attack. The charge attack is very strong. Not very strong against Rams. But luckily you've got 1 or 2 units to deal with that. Look at the res! Look at the res from Rodeo Jones. This is not a game anymore. Oh man. The score is about to be double for Rodeo Jones. There's no handicaps here. This has just been Rodeo Jones playing really well. Macroing well. Microing well. Going for the right unit. He went FC on this map. Berbers Burgers went for Feudal Age. Okay, Berbers paused, but he still thinks he's in the game. But the problem for Burgers, I think at the very start at least, is that we didn't get any value out of our scouts. I think it was like 1 Vil kill, but the problem was all the rest of the eco was under the TC. What are you going to do? Your opponents are clicked up. Your opponent clicked up very nicely. So once you get there, your opponent abandons the gold, which is the most risky resource, and then also, what else are you going to do? You've got 1 wood line, and now we can see where the wood line was. The wood line was back here. So Berbers had no hope of killing any of the villages which he wanted to get value from with his scouts. And this is just going to get worse. We see the Trebs. Berbers has to be hoping for 2 things. He has to be hoping that his opponent is very all in with no economy, which is not true. And he has to be hoping that he wins a very, very big fight. He has to maybe go in with the camels. He's got elite skirmishes, which is good. Elite skirmishes, even cast elite skirmishes, can kill the Zembe Riders, but he needs enough of them, and he needs bodkin, and he needs armor. He has none of those. He has 11 of the skirmishes, nowhere near enough. He only has fletching, and he only has padded armor. This is not looking good for Berbers Burgers. I don't see a way back in for this. It really looks like it was just Rodeo Jones's day. There's no handicap, which means both of these players were similar elo. I think they're about 1,000 elo, 1,000, maybe 1,100. Oh man. Do we have a university? Yeah, we do. We got ballistics. We can get chemistry at any time. No chemistry in just yet. Chemistry could be good. But Rodeo Jones doesn't even need it. His opponent's still in Castle Age. You're gonna have, yeah, you're gonna have Bracer and Ballistics. That's all that you need for an Imperial Age advantage. You're gonna kill every single unit that you can make in Castle Age. No problemo. And we're trickling the scums! We're trickling the scums, so we get no value out of them either. This is GG. It's unfortunate for Berbers here. Look at that. Look at that. Berbers loves his skirmishes. Not really working out for him this game though. 61 Ziambe Riders. 9 Traction Trebuchets. Brutal. Only 8 Knights. Only... Oh, wait, no, they're not even Knights. They're Tiger Cavalry. That's a unique unit. Oh. Statistics. Return to map. Okay. I'm going to flick through the stats here. And that, I believe, is the cast for Rodeo Jones versus Berbers Burgers. Military here, economy, and we were just so ahead as the way. We were behind in Vils early on, and Berbers Burgers was actually super high in Vils once he got that pick off with the scouts. But after that, it was all Rodeo Jones. Rodeo Jones kept his Vils under his TC. He couldn't get harassed by the scouts anymore. He got up to Castle Age safely. He had a very safe gold under his TC, so he can make CA without worrying too much. Everything looking up for Rodeo Jones. Amazing. Alright. We see... Oh, wow. What an APM spike. What was going on here? Crazy APM spike. One here, too. Now, what we did see from Berbers... This wasn't the scout. This had to be the scout micro. We saw some very good scout micro. We're seeing it right now. Yeah, right now. He's looking. He's probably microing scouts. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe he's going home. Nothing at home. He's just microing scouts. Nothing actually happens here, though. This is not where the crazy micro happened. Maybe he's macroing. And then we see the other big moment. Let's go straight there. He's got to be pulling a ball, right? I have no idea what's going on here. He's already pulled both his balls. We can see... Well, I think that's a ball carcass. That looks like ball colors to me. Pretty sure it's the second ball. Yeah. Yeah, the second ball was this one. It's gone now. So I'm not sure where the EPM was here either. Didn't have that Vil going across the map making houses yet either. Alright. GG's to both these players. Both these players are very similar elo in the Aotearoa Cup. And I'm going to end the recording here. Thanks, guys.